Okay. So it's so good to be here. So good to see you all. Feel free to turn on your cameras, those of you just arriving, if you desire to. Yeah, it's curious. I was sitting with things today and I was like, what's going to come through? And part of me feels like it's going to be very gentle. And then part of me feels like there's also some real openings. And I don't know about you all, but the last 2 years, but definitely the last month, there's been a lot of opportunities to dig deep into our shadows, right? Like we get to that space where it's like, oh yeah, like I'm feeling pretty good. And then it's like, oh no, you can go a little deeper in there. You can go figure it out some more. And then it's like, okay, I got this. Got this. And then it's like, oh no. The snow did not help, me at least. But it definitely, it's, I don't know, in this deep cover of darkness and this deep cover of shadow that we've been blessed to dance in, at the same time, I can feel the bubbling of light. And that excites me because it's been a while since I felt that bubbling of light. And you know, when this all began, I was like, no, there's so much light. And there was so much light. And then we sort of hit the space where it's like, okay, now like, yes, that light is allowing you to open into even more dark and more shadow and more of all this. And so, yeah, hope. That's the word I was just going to say, Shiva Kami, is like hope. Like, it's like I can almost feel this bubbling up. And I've had moments throughout the past 2 years, even the past 4 months of tremendous light. And then, yeah, this feels different. It feels different. And so I don't know what that means. I haven't really done my astrological work for the next couple of months to really tune in. So I'm just judging in my own experience. And so today I'm really excited to both ground and nourish and give us that opportunity to melt or to play in the shadow. And then at the same time, to really open to a higher light. And we will start actually opening to a higher light. But before we do, I want to give us an opportunity to just arrive. I do have a list of beings that couldn't be here in person and their words. And I'd love for us all to say our name and where we're from and maybe a word for the day. And of course, you can always pass or just stay quiet if you desire.
I'm Wendy, and my word today is connection.
Mm.
I'm Shiva Kami. I'm from Arrington, most recently, and I will use the word I typed in the chat as hope.
Joanne, I'm from Nanaimo, and for me, there's a radiance, there's a brightness.
Hi, I'm Kim from Kitimat, Northern BC, and my word is feather. Lately in the last 6 months, I just feel like a feather going where I'm supposed to go.
Hi, I'm Adeline. I'm in Cowichan Valley, and my word is rebirth. Thank you.
I'm Jen. I'm in the Cowichan Valley, and my word is surrender.
Hi, I'm Holly in Victoria. My word is tupur. It's something I heard the hummingbirds were doing during the extreme storms, going into an extreme hibernating state. And I wonder if they visualize while they're in their tupur, but certainly in the last So post-Christmas, I feel that's where I am in Tupper, but definitely alive in my brain, visualizing, but staying within a very deep state of rest.
I think that rest is so important right now. I'll call in the people that can't be here in person. And don't worry if you haven't gotten to introduce yourself. I'll give a pause before I begin. We have Julie in Mill Bay, and her word is patience and community. And we have Mukti in Michigan, whose word is radiating light and love. And we have Shelley in Edmonton, whose word is nourish and calm. And we have Sal, her cat, who is like such a wise being, and his words is total free radiance. And then we have Maria in Florida, and her word is perseverance. And I see Maria here in Cowichan Valley, and her word is trust. And that's Real in Cowichan Valley. And yeah, the word that's coming through right now is love. So that's my word for this moment. Love. So I'd like to begin with a couple breaths. And then we're going to open into a mudra. The mudra is quite an active mudra, and some of you know it already. And it's one we've worked with before. And I was really called to do it, to share it with the group, because it draws in the light. It allows us to stand in the grace of our being, in the truth of our being, and to allow that truth to expand through the mystery of all that is and all that we are. So I'm just I'll put me on big screen so everyone doesn't have to look at themselves. I guess it's always different on everyone. Hold on for 1 second. Beautiful. And as I do this, I'm going to invite you first, before we go into the mudra, just to take a few moments to settle in and to soften. And so we might find a comfortable seat. I do want us to stay seated at this point. We can lie down in a few minutes. And I'd like us from the seat to set down roots, to give ourselves permission to soften in our sit bones. And I know some of you have already done this, but even to rest in your back body a little bit. So if that's something you've worked with me, just let yourself rest in that back body. And everybody, imagine that your tailbone and your sacrum had roots that were moving down into the earth. And I want to take a moment, because I know they'll join in by video, and welcome Joycey and Kate, Michelle. Letting the roots go down deep, deep, deep. You can almost imagine like these roots had strands of your DNA woven into them. And before you even notice, the roots were growing up through you, not moving down to the earth, but instead you were an extension of these roots coming from the deep earth. And invite yourself to settle in your back body and in this back space. Bringing the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth, behind the teeth. And slowly and gently starting to inhale and to exhale. Finding a gentle rhythm now. Feel free to breathe up through those roots, up through your body. And as you exhale, if you're needing some purification, that exhale can just rinse things away. Or if you're noticing that you're feeling quite rooted and grounded, as you inhale, breathe in, and as you exhale, allow the radiance of the prana, of your breath, of the light shine and shimmer through each and every cell of your body, your being. Again, maybe drawing that inhale up from the roots. And exhale, allowing it to expand, front, sides, back. And really honoring what it is you need. One of the things that's been so challenging, I think, for us all, is the idea of separateness, or being divided, right? From nature, from community, from support, from whatever it is we think we need. And so as we breathe and settle in here, really allowing ourselves to receive this innate wisdom of earth energy and either expanding it through our body or allowing it to rinse our fears, our grief, our anger, our frustrations away. Not bypassing them, but maybe even just allowing them to be caressed with each exhale. So it might be radiant, it might be tender, it might be a mix of both. I always say, and I believe this, that the macrocosm is but a mirror of our own microcosm. And this great reset that we're going through can be looked at in so many ways, but it's so clear on some levels that it is a representation of our disconnection as a whole from nature, from life itself. And so what's it like to breathe in this nature energy? And what's it like to allow yourself to be supported even in the midst of the unknown? Remembering that nature isn't just what's outside of us, it's what's inside of us. It's our truth, it's our grace, it's our inner being, our outer being is one. 3 more breaths. And then as you exhale that final breath, let's turn our palms up. Are you willing to receive? And just take a moment and again, see if you can just melt back into that back body. So for those of you that haven't maybe done this work with me before, you can just allow yourself to imagine that your spine was like a chair. And you can melt back into it. And that your body was like a temple, a vessel. And you can soften into its embrace. And I think this is the first question that I want to ask tonight. There's no right answer. But are you truly ready to receive? Are you truly ready to let go of the agenda? Of the old paradigm of doing? And really open to that flow of life. And just take a moment and imagine or invite yourself to feel or to experience some of your highest guides and angels around you. This time, the ones that maybe hang up around the sky. They don't have to be as high as the stars. They might be. And for some of you, the ones that are coming in are, and that's okay. And just feel them showering you with such gentleness, such tenderness, such love. Such a beautiful light. Are you willing to receive? To let go and to sit back. Doesn't mean not being active. It doesn't mean not holding in your power, but instead of moving from reaction or moving from a place of force, are you ready to walk in the highest incarnation of your soul and to receive that wisdom? And then bring our hands together now at heart center. And just take a moment and bow down. Bow down to the parts of you that are afraid to let go. Let go of that box. We all have one. The beautiful prison sort of our mind's own making. And allow yourself to bow down to that within you that wants to trust, but isn't quite sure how, or wants to receive fully. You can even smile, and I'm saying this because I feel it myself, at that little child part of you that says, I don't want to let go. And then from here, let's bow down with our thoughts to the mystery. I tell my clients and my friends and myself all the time that if I weren't so wrapped up in my story, wow, this is such an awesome time. Like, how fascinating is this time to be alive? There's moments where I'm so in it, and then there's moments when I'm so in it. So let's bow down to the mystery. And let's bow down to our part in it. Keepers of the flame, bringers of the light, anchor of the new dawn. And in a moment, we're going to open into the mudra. I think I'm going to show it to you first, and I wanted to read a little something about it too. But we take our hands in prayer and we bring the thumbs up towards the tips. So you're going to see there's a little hole between your hands. If you look, you can see it on my pinky all the way through. And what we're going to do, we're not going to stare at the computer screen with this, but we're going to take it off to the side and we're going to softly look through it with our eyes until they blink. And we're going to do this together in a moment. And then we're going to bring the hands down to about an inch below the chin. And as we sit here, we're going to soften our gaze, again, not looking at the computer screen. And we're going to make the sound, ooh. And you can do this really softly. So maybe just bring your hands to the heart for a moment first and just listen. I just really enjoyed some of the words in this description. So place together the tips of your index, middle, ring, and little fingers in the balls of your hands. Put the thumbs next to each other. Like a street, they lead to the fingertips of the little fingers which they touch. The way I've learned it, they don't actually touch the middle fingers, they touch the index fingers. Okay? An empty space through which light shimmers is formed between the tips of the fingers. This opening characterizes the power of the heart through divine wisdom. This mudra symbolizes the inner nature of the human being, which is concealed by physical power, but is aired at times through joy or suffering, or guided through the secret school by the inner human being. And when we bring it down to our throat level, and we gently whisper the sound, whoo. We let ourselves be carried through the little opening into infinity, birthing into the great mystery. So this is an opportunity to bring soul, that incarnation, that highest sense of us, into our body, and then to allow it to expand, not just through our being, but through all things. So we'll start by just bringing the fingers together in prayer, and then just squinching down the hands. Now, if you want to explore bringing those thumbs and pinky fingertips together, go ahead. I usually leave them separate. And then we're going to turn away from the screen just because it's not nice to look at the screen. And we're going to hold this up at our third eye level. And we're gently going to soften our gaze, taking some deep breaths, and look through this beautiful window. If you blink, it's okay, but try to keep your gaze soft and gentle. Notice if you've jumped into your front body, soften back. Feel your higher guides, your spirits, your ancestors, and the divine around you, in you, and through you. Feel the message of this great and divine awakening of your soul sparking into light. I'm used to sort of gazing, so I don't blink for a while. So if you blinked a couple times, it's okay. And gently we'll draw this energy down, allowing the fingers to rest about an inch below the chin, to the space where the spark of our soul lies, where it can sing the mystery, the light of its soul, its spirit through us all. So breathing in, and then softly chanting the sound. Ooh. Moving at your own pace. We'll do it 9 times. Eyes can be closed or soft. Ooh. 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 Drawing the light of heaven into your earthly body, drawing the magic of the stars and the mystery of what is hidden and yet so present in our daily life, to dance through yourselves, through your bodies, through your beings one more time. Ooh. And then letting your hands come palms down to your heart. Feel the golden crown of your own light shining above your head. And feel the sacred gifts the ancient ones, the beings of light, the sacred animal kingdom, the magical beings from all religions, the divine feminine, masculine, again, shining its grace and its light through you. And we'll just smooth this down to our belly. Resting with the palms down. And taking a moment to just ask with any support, for any support you may need in this moment, in this wave. And it might be something very specific and very practical, or it might be something more like, oh, give me the support to allow me to open more fully to the dance of life and its unfolding, even in which that I do not understand. Feel the light showering through you and around you. And today, we're going to move directly to our mats or to our bed or to our couch and come to a lying down position. Keeping your eyes soft and or gentle. Maybe having a pillow if you like. Legs can be up on a chair. I'm going to have my feet together and knees spread wide. Where will you feel relaxed? Go there. And taking a moment to just settle in. If you have crystals close by and they want to be involved, invite them to come with you. I'm always with crystals here. The full moon last night in Cancer, the Vedic wisdom, maybe in Gemini, the energy of the sacred wolf. And I want to honor each of you for your work in this pattern and for all that you've been processing for the whole. So let's take a few moments and just get comfortable. Take a few moments and just notice what it's like to be here in our body. And a lot of times I'll connect us all into a field or in the temple. And today I want us to notice our connection, even in the spaces of our own home. So we may end up going to a different space or place, but for right now, let's be where we're at. And yet let's feel the web and the sacred geometry of this connection with each other. Many of us on Vancouver Island today. But the pattern of this, moving out through the entire world, entire North America, holding key, this moment, this space. And with your breath, we're just gently going to open into a few rounds of the microcosmic orbit, inhaling, moving up the back of the spine. Exhaling down the front. And imagine this like a little starlight, right? Moving up and moving down, massaging your nervous system and coming to a space of centered and grounded awareness, arriving here now. And Kim, I want to honor the feather. I really feel the beautiful energy of the feather with you, and also feel bear energy with you too. Some strong bear energy. Very grounded and rooted, and yet very open and conscious. And I think today we're going to just start with some gentle chakra work, nourishing our being, nourishing our bodies, so that we can come deeper into a space of connected awareness and sharing with the world, so that we can notice where we're needing more support. So bringing your awareness to the root, Muladhara chakra, base of the spine, the perineum, front of the genitals. We're just going to take 3 or 4 breaths here, breathing in beautiful red light. We're not going to spend a lot of time unless spirit dictates. Inhaling in and exhaling this beautiful, warm, red energy. And allowing this energy to move through our physical body, our subtle bodies. It might be as frothy as light, or it might be heavier and more rich, like a soil. Bringing our awareness up to the belly, lower abdomen, Svadhisthana chakra. Orange. If different color comes, go with it. Breathing in here and out and letting this beautiful orange color move through the space in your body and your being. Maybe seeing the sacred symbol of this chakra present. Maybe feeling the element and the energy of water, jala. And maybe noticing that you feel so ready to flow and so ready to move with the grace of this mystery unfolding. Bringing the awareness and the intention to our solar plexus area. Beautiful Manipura chakra, yellow, unless the color comes for you. Breathing in and out and allowing this yellow to infuse the front and back, the middle of your spine. Joyfulness is the natural nature of this energy. Not the seriousness of needing to do, but the joyfulness of expansion, of grace, of being here in this body so we can do so much. I want to honor that Ganesha is really coming forth right now. So I think for many of us, we have a lot of obstacles in our 3rd chakra or in the space between the 3rd and the 4th. So if you know Ganesha and you feel him or see him, just call him in. Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganapataye. Namaha. Allow him to be the obstacle to all the obstacles. Keep the path clear to remembering our true self. And I want to take a moment and I want to pause and bring the energy up to right in between the 3rd and the 4th chakra. So right around the sternum. The sacred area called Vishnu's knot. Area that sort of keeps us grounded in our body and holds us tight to some of our egoic constraints. And imagine, if you could, what this knot might look like here in your body. Is it like a frilly, soft ribbon that's just a pretty decoration? Or is it like a ball and chain that's saying, no, don't worry, I got you? And let's call in our guides and our angels to bring a beautiful, lovely, warm being of light. My angels are telling me, why don't you call into your inner self and allow your heart and your Manipura chakra to work together, shining warm energy from your heart and up from Manipura to this area, allowing it to blossom like a golden flower. We don't need to release the knot. That's not the intention. It serves a purpose. Let's just bring some love and some joy and beauty there. And now the heart, Anahata chakra, unstruck. Breathing in and exhaling out beautiful, pure green light, maybe rose, maybe a different color. Front and back. Remember that back body. I know what we're going to be called to do. It's so interesting. I have no idea what we would do today. I knew it would be gentle. Beautiful. Breathing up to the throat, blue, Vishuddha. Vishuddha. Purification, clarity. What's it like to voice your truth in a generous way, in a way that is compassionate, or a way that is non-attached to the others' beliefs or stories, and non-judgmental of their stories either? Just that pure expression of spirit dancing through you. If there was a message from Spirit that Spirit wanted you to speak right now, what would it be? Go ahead and speak it, even if it doesn't make sense. Might be in a language you don't understand. Speak it out loud. What does Spirit have to say through you right here, right now? What is Spirit holding in the space? And allowing yourself to really open to that greater flow, that greater understanding, and trusting, opening, allowing, giving yourself permission. And I'm speaking out loud in my mind. I want you guys to have the freedom not to listen to my voice. I do this exercise lots. What would it be like to know so clearly? You didn't have to hold back. And yet you didn't have to push forward either. You could just be radiant. And then bringing the awareness and the energy to your third eye. Ajna chakra. Oh, that comes through now is Om Shanti, 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 Shanti. May we have peace in our minds and our brains. And may we allow them to open to the truest gift and potential what they have. Working with the color indigo or maybe a light purple. Breathing that color through. And notice, are you right up in the front? Come to the middle. Come to the space of the pineal gland. Stepping into the space of your upper dantian. And again, notice that there is no effort, there is no storyline, there is no right or wrong. I want to honor Horus and his eye. He whispers to us that with his wisdom so much of the time. And then bringing our awareness up above us. Crown chakra, the 1,000-petaled lotus Sahasrara. Feel that alive, lit up. Notice how your antennas are glowing. Notice how they are dancing with light. Notice how they are grounded and multicolored, and that each of us is more beautiful, or as beautiful, I guess, is the most beautiful butterfly you could ever imagine. Or maybe as shiny and bright as those hummingbirds, their ruby-throated chests. And we're being asked to go higher today. to the first transpersonal chakra above our head. The space where our soul starts to open up to the higher heavens. So if you're not used to this chakra, just go about a foot above your head and feel the glowing light there. And notice all the guides and all the lovely beings that are there, that are just shining and smiling their hearts and their love at you. Notice the familiars and the elementals. And feel the light. And we'll go up one more chakra. Might be another foot, it might be 3 feet above your head. This space where we start to expand into pure oneness, pure light, pure grace, with just the resonance of our own unique imprint. Feel your soul family here. Each of us in this circle and those beyond, the loved ones that you dance with in your heart all the time, that you may not be able to gather with in this lifetime, at this time at least. The beings that you've glimpsed for just a moment and know that you've known them forever. And know you are still dancing in these spaces, in every moment. And going up one higher, this third transpersonal realm, and connecting us to the gateway of the stars. So you might even feel like you're opening like a funnel. And in this highest transpersonal one, now there are more chakras, but in this highest transpersonal chakra that we're working with today, allow yourself to open to the gateway and the radiance of light and of life that is here moving through you, that doesn't want to stop, that is shining through every crevice, every cell, every breath, every crystalline grid that is awakening every part of you. And notice that it is nourishing, it is grounded, and it is coming in to be lived. And part of the breaking out, part of the waves and the challenge and these shadows that we've been dipping in is because this light is coming in stronger and thicker and bigger than ever before. And listen for a moment, open your ears and listen to the whispers and the truth of your guides. Receive. And I go back to that initial question, are you willing to receive? It is not a burden. This is not an armor that you are carrying. This is a flow that you are blessed to live. So are you ready to own it? To be the smile and the light in the darkest of days. To be the one that you have been waiting for, and to guide yourself through each step in your own truth, radiance. And then bringing your awareness back into your body. And we're going to dip down again into the earth, but this time we're going to check in with our chakras. Our 3 chakras and the transpersonal realms. So let's go to that root again first. In fact, let's go to the Ajna chakra first. Take one breath. I see. Throat. I express. Heart. I love. 3rd chakra. I am. 2nd chakra, Svadhisthana. I flow. 3rd chakra. I exist. I'm safe. I am here. And then bringing our energy and awareness about a foot below us into the first transpersonal realm. And inviting any of our mind thoughts to come down to this area. In Qigong, we call them the Po, right? The beings that want to keep us safe, and keep us thinking, keep us processing, keep us figuring out these things. And let's let these Po go down to this area and give them a meeting room. The acquired mind and all its thoughts. Let them hang out here and say, look, here is a grounded place where you can plan. You can be rooted and you can take the steps you need to allow me to be the fullest expression of my incarnation. Thank you. And let's go down deeper now to the second transpersonal point. Let's go down deeper to where we can feel the energy and the support of the elementals. You might be down a couple feet, you might be down 20 feet. Take a moment here and feel the sacred gemstones that vibrate at this level. Take a moment and feel the wisdom that comes from the earth, that comes from being in the body. The emerald and the ruby, the kyanite. And then let's go down deeper, deeper, deeper to the home of the sacred immortals. So similar as we went up and connected with the highest realms, we're going down to this third transpersonal realm to open to the gateway to this space, the deep earth immortals, the ancient ones, the divine grandmothers and grandfathers. The ones that hold the light, that guide us through the darkness, not from opening us to more, but by grounding us in. Feel these beings. Feel the sacred magic that comes from the deep, dark spaces. And take a moment and listen. It might be a drum beat that you hear, or a sacred chant. Give yourself permission to receive, to receive, to receive. If it feels right to make sound, to chime into the chant or the drum beat, go ahead. Open to the primal elements and the primal space. We are not just heaven, we are of this earth, and this earth is part of this great awakening. How does the earth want to move through you? Feel its life, its voice, the beat of its heart drumming itself through your veins, through your cells, through all that you are. Take a moment and be wrapped up in it. Be vibrating by it. It's so funny because I go out so much. It's my natural tendency. I don't know that I wanted to be here, right? That my soul likes the light. And yet the earth has so much gifts. And I gravitate to crystals. And what do they hold? The vibration of heaven within earth. This earth that sings through each of us just as much as the heaven does. And so now we're going to wrap ourselves up in a cocoon. And so I'd like you to imagine the sacred earth energy deep down below us, maybe below this third transpersonal chakra, allowing it to start to weave a cocoon around us, each of us, in a counterclockwise direction. So imagine this cocoon moving towards the left of your body, down around to the right, then up around to the left, moving up for your feet and your legs. You might feel it inside, outside, wrapping its way up, counterclockwise through your middle body, letting the energy move through your heart, through the shoulders, all the way up around your head, around the crown, around all these transpersonal points, going all the way up to the stars, opening you up to that divine light. And then allowing that funnel to turn down and bringing that light back to you, embodying you, clockwise spiral. Imagining this clockwise spiral, this cocoon of light moving inside of you, outside of you, around you. So powerful Qigong practice here. Grounding heaven into earth and earth up to heaven. And allowing yourself to be the channel, this light spiraling around you, clockwise direction within you, down through your ankles, down into the earth. Do that one more time. What color does the earth energy you want to bring up? Switch the direction to counterclockwise. Wrap yourself up through earth energy. Let it spiral through your body. You might feel it inside. You might feel it outside. You might be like, what the hell is she talking about? It's too much. Then just relax. Your consciousness will take over. Let this energy spiral around you, through you, protecting you, nourishing you, supporting you, and infusing you with light as it moves up through your head, the crown, all the way up around, opening up to the higher dimensions, the higher beings, these dimensions that we are not necessarily ascending to one day, perhaps, but that are actually wanting to be lived through our body here in earth. In this earthly realm, grounding heaven down. And then allowing it to ground down as it comes through us in a clockwise direction, spiraling through us in a cocoon of light. And believe me, I'm all for ascension. And yet it's not quite time yet. It might not be time for generations. Doesn't mean we're not evolving. It doesn't mean we can't dance in the 5D. But what if we can ground that 5D in our bodies? What if we can be heaven walking on earth, spiral it through your abdomen, through your hips, all the way down to the earth? What if those heavenly beings are here to transmit through us? And what if those earthly beings are here to transmute through us? Let it go. You can breathe yourself back up to your body through a few rounds of the microcosmic orbit, up the back, down the front. You might just breathe into your heart or your belly. It's not about being with the stars. It's about allowing the starlight to come through you. This is a big one. I'm learning it every moment. And it's not about being super heavy with the earth either. It's about allowing the earth to come up and speak through you. Oh, the green man is with us now. Take a moment, feel his ancient energy. You might feel him moving in through you. This ancient energy of the biggest trees, of the oldest words, of the most vibrant force, mossy. Oh, let it breathe through you. He's got a powerful, powerful message he's sharing just through his presence. Feel his aliveness and his groundedness, and feel his joy and his message, unique for each of us. Asking us to own our heart radiance. I was in a chant circle the other night and it was so beautiful. And we chanted so many songs to the Divine Mother, and one of them was to Lakshmi. And it was just such a reminder of being with what is right now, instead of just being with the fear of what could be or what has been and then could be. the prosperity and abundance that is in every moment. Feel it now in your heart through this rooted gift of this ancient green man energy. And notice you don't have to go out to shine. Take a few moments to be with that. Feel your heart so gentle tonight, so soft and yet so radiant. I want to honor Jesus, Mary Magdalene, the Divine Mother Mary. They're shining their love at us right now. And I want to honor Saint Germain. He keeps asking me to pay attention and says he's showing me the way. And so I'm seeing it to the left side of my body. You might feel it somewhere else. But I'd like you to imagine a lantern of light. And within this lantern, there's a Merkaba. And if you're not sure what a Merkaba is, you just imagine a beautiful six-pointed star. If you know what a Merkaba is, you're already seeing it spinning. And they're asking you, this lantern's asking you to turn your attention to it. And it's the question that's coming through it that wants to be asked is, what is in the shadow, in the darkness, that's needing your attention? That's a gateway to greater awakening and understanding. It might be your darkness, it might be the collective darkness, it might be, well, it's all ours, right? Might be very practical or might be very deep. Step into the center of that light and that Merkaba with your awareness if you can. Feel it, light, and each of us got a message of some sort there. And my owl, my sacred owl wisdom is saying, pay attention. And the picture I got, and I know this is about my own personal journey, so it may not resonate for you at all, but the picture I got was what has shattered, right? What is no longer true? These fragments and these shards. These bits and pieces that are no longer present or necessary. They're asking me to pick them up and to make a collage or a mural. They're asking me to allow them to become something beautiful, not putting them back in myself, but to create a work of art. And so whatever that brings up for you, whatever that ignited in you, whether it was something you felt resonated or whether it brought up a spark of something else, pay attention. And right now, the owl is flying around our circle. And she is just letting me know that she's going to sort of land on each one of you. And just take a moment and notice if there's any more messages coming to you right now from your deepest inner self. And she's saying, right now, it feels like you're in the cold. Right now, you're in it. And she says, the light is coming. It's already here. I know that. But the wheel is turning and the new dawn is arriving. Be patient. And what she's showing me is that when we step out of this gateway, not of this moment, but of this evolution, we are no longer going to look anything like what we were before. And so she whispers, let go of that which you are holding on to. Let go of the fear of being annihilated. And open to the path of light that is you. So just let's take a few moments, maybe taking some breaths. And invite you, if it's comfortable, just to open your palms up to the sky. And to feel each of us in our separate rooms today, joined in the sacred and divine geometry of life. Join in this beautiful and ancient weave and web. Feel ourselves together and feel ourselves here present in our space. And we're going to take 3 breaths in from the earth, breathing in all the way up to our heart. And as we exhale, let that earth energy flow through our heart, through our breast, through our shoulders, and through our arms and our hands, enlightening us. Two more times. Noticing what it's like to receive this gift of grace. And then taking a moment and bringing our awareness to the sky again, to the stars, to the highest energy that is willing and ready to come through us now, and drawing that beautiful, pure force of light in through our crown, into our heart, through our breast, through our shoulders, and through our hands. Allow our arms to be an extension of our heart. Allow them to shine bright. 3 breaths total. Feel the different quality of earth and heaven. Let your last breath go. And then draw in from earth and heaven together and allow them to meet together in your heart, blossoming with light, maybe staying there, maybe flowing through your arms and your hands, maybe flowing through your entire body. Breathe in from the earth, breathe in from the sky. And feel that radiation of light through your entire being. The 6-pointed star of Shiva and Shakti coming together. The pyramid of light being born in your heart. The star lions around us singing their songs. The ancients beating their drum, and the green man living within us, asking for his ancient message of love and of peace to be grounded in reality through our actions. Allowing us to remember the old ways, those beyond the beyond, those beyond the current incarnation of our human race as we know it now. the Atlanteans, the Lemurians, the ancient Egyptians, the star seeds, the lizards, the snakes, the dragons and the dinosaurs, the plant spirits and the beings, the invisible eye, and the hummings of the minerals, the stones. And let your breath go if you like, calling in and honoring that which has not yet been born. And first, as I say, that which has been born thousands and thousands of times, the star seeds up there, the Shenling, who dance with us in each and every life over and over and over again. The beauty of the stars and their wisdom, the beauty of the ascended masters who have shone on us from our birth and beyond, who have chosen to help us from this higher place. Feel the love of these beings, of the stars themselves, of the star lions, of the ancient gods and goddesses, the deities, the beings that have been prayed for millenniums, of the lives that have not yet been lived, of the gateways not yet open, of the star beings of all the layers. And there are the star beings we know about, so ones we're just getting introduced to, and the ones that are beyond the beyond. So imagine our Milky Way. Open that gateway into the lights beyond. Feel the galaxies and the wisdoms there. Some of us came from here. And then beyond the beyond, the endless streams of galaxies of lights, of beings, of wisdom, of knowledge. Feel them filling you up. Each of them a unique vibration. And then Miss Hummingbird comes around in my heart and she says, yes, feel them, bring them in. Open those gateways, but be here now. The sacred vibration of her wings, bringing me into the present, bringing me into my heart. Each of us a separate wave of light, yet connected to the fabric of the whole. I see you, each of you. So may we travel the mystery with our eyes as open as they can be, and may we be the radiance. May we love those that we do not understand or not agree with, especially in these times. May we love the parts of ourselves that are judgmental. Because believe me, I've got my judgments. And may I see them and treat them with love and offer myself the wisdom and the understanding to transform them. For they keep me separate from the divine. And may we open to the grace of light and of light. It is so much more than our mind can even grasp. To those gateways beyond our star systems that are calling for us to pay attention, and to the rhythm of the ancients and the elementals of the grandmothers, of the grandfathers that are asking us to slow down and to remember. Still slow moving. And there's going to be more waves and more shadows. And I'm not talking about the variance. I'm talking about the waves of our own ability to go in and to deal with our deepest shit, our ancestors' deepest shit, our collective deepest shit, our karmic deepest shit. And from there, to also ride these waves and open to the bubbles of light that are present in them all. And you can feel now how light and alive and open and radiant you are. And that's present in every moment. And so may that live through your cells. May that live through your song, your voice, your actions. So I was teaching a yoga class the other day, and I had us all just stand there in radiance. And I wanted to do that today, but it felt like we just needed to come down. So I'd like you, however you are right now, I'm actually going to lengthen my legs out, to imagine yourself standing in a space of grace, rooted and grounded and radiant. If you're like me and you have a crystal on your forehead and it's taking you too much up to the stars, take it off for a moment. And feel your radiance. Oh, just want to honor the lions. I just got a picture of them in my heart. And I'd like us each in our home, all the way down in Florida, Edmonton, Cowichan Valley, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and wherever else people are joining in from. Imagine that your light was anchoring in the radiance for all those in need. And you can even take a moment and tune in right now to all the other beings standing up and joining us. Notice as we anchor it in, how many more stand up? How many more join in? This is not about our opinions or our beliefs. This is not about our story. This is about opening to the grace. I think it's Shimbakami said it the other day, maybe it was truth, grace and truth with a capital G and T. And feel the thousands and millions coming online. May we be the change we wish to see in the world. It all starts within ourselves. So placing your hands on your body wherever they want to go. And giving yourself permission to soften and rest. We'll be in silence here for a few minutes. Knowing there might be more attunements that you feel or hear or sense. And just allow yourself to open to whatever is. Giving gratitude for this beautiful space and grace. And I'll let you know when it's time to come back. And so taking a moment here and asking again for support. For wherever or whatever it is that you may need support with. And then take a moment to open to the pathway of your highest dreams. Maybe not even in what that looks like in the physical realm, but instead, what does it feel like? What does it feel like? And those of you that do feel like arising, feel free to just start noticing your breath. Maybe wiggling your fingers and your toes. I always like to give myself a big, great, juicy hug. If it feels good, you can turn to one side. Just taking a moment here for some integration. And know that if you don't feel like rising, there's no need or hurry to. Very gentle practice today, but very powerful. Feel quite energized. Some of you might feel sleepy. And I'd say give it about 2 or 3 days to really integrate and infuse in your body. Rising up when you feel ready. I'm just taking a moment to settle here. It's so beautiful. And so as these waves continue, may we ride them with as much grace and ease as possible. And may we trust in the light, because it always wins. I don't even want to say win, because that's division. It always integrates through everything. Even in the darkest dark, there's always light. Take a moment and close in a second. I want to just thank you all for coming. One of the things I've been thinking about, and for those of you that are on the Facebook page, thinking about shifting the forum or the discussion over to my platform. There'd be a free group space there. So let me know if you're interested. Some of you already signed up for my platform and I really appreciate it. And I'm excited, more people are arriving every day. And yeah, so enjoy what's on there too. And if you have any questions, let me know. But part of me wants to get off Facebook, right? And so if we have a safer space, let me know if you'd be interested and I'll send you a link and I can set that up. And that would just be for the group. Any of the other stuff is different. And anyways, okay. I wanted to close with silence. So let's take a moment and just breathe in and feel our radiance. Feel our open hearts. May we be the light that we wish to see in the world. And so closing with our name and a word, if you feel inspired.
Bright is my word after all of this.
Shivakami. I don't have a word. Oh, thank you.
Joanne, brilliant emerald.
Kim, and my word is acceptance.
Holly,
Adeline.
it's a Holly. My word is unite.
Adeline, and my word is expansion.
Jen, my word is tenderness.
And I saw Dana's word was peace. Well, I wanted all your words. Azrael, my name, my name, my word is trust. So I wish you all a beautiful evening. If you'd like the recording, let me know. And wishing you all so, so, so much love and gentleness. Even though it was very gentle, it was a lot. And so give your system time to integrate over the next 2 to 3 days. Okay. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Yes, love to you all.